Hello, my viewers. You are welcome to Frank NutriFast YouTube channel, where we discuss only about healthy lifestyle. On this channel, we discuss mainly about eye health and about our nutritional health, and then once in a while, we bring in things about normal lifestyles. So on today's topic, I'm going to be discussing about how to use our varifocal lenses. So if you're interested about your eye health and maybe things that has to do with your feeding, how to eat healthy and all of that, then I must tell you that this channel is meant for you. So I would like you to subscribe to this channel, share it for others to watch. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started. So what is a varilux lens? A varilux lens or a progressive lens is a lens that is graded and is done in such a way to enable a patient to perform their task at different distances. Now, who are the people that require progressive lenses? People that require progressive lenses are people that must have reached the age of 35 and above, and that this age qualify for what we call presbyopic age. And then what is presbyopia? Presbyopia is gradual recession of sight with age. So what happens is that from age 35 and upward, some individuals, not everyone, some individuals begin to have challenges with near task. You see some people complaining about being unable to read tiny characters, okay, and some of these people find it difficult. So what they do is either they extend their hand further away in order to appreciate the task they are reading, or they start to look for glasses to wear, that is a magnifying lens, to help them do that. Now there are some other people that their challenge is not just with reading tiny characters. They also find it difficult to see things at distance. Some even find it difficult to see things both at distance, at intermediate, and also at near distance. So for this kind of people, they are the ones we recommend varilux lenses for. Other set of people that we do recommend varilux lenses for are like young people who don't really want people to know their age. For instance, a young lady that has approached 40 and has this presbyopic issues and does not want to wear a bifocal glass. I've talked about what bifocal glass is. And bifocal glass is glass that has definite lines separating the lens into two portions. So for such young ladies, they wouldn't want to wear it so it would be so obvious that they are wearing medicated lens. So you see them not wanting that kind of lens. So for such people that fall into that category, we recommend progressive lens for them. Other people that would recommend progressive lens for are bankers, lecturers. Once your task involves distant, intermediate, and near, we usually recommend progressive lens for you. Now, why we recommend progressive lenses? Because the lens is done in such a way that it takes care of this task. I would almost call varilux or progressive lens to be a trifocal lens because it takes care of more like distant, intermediate, and near, like I have said earlier. Okay, so one of the reasons why I have decided to talk about this is because I've noticed most times people do find it difficult to cope or adapt to usage of progressive lenses, and the reason is because number one, some of them, when these lenses were recommended and were handed over to them, or whoever recommended it for them did not explain to them how these glasses are being used. So when they wear it, some of them fall with the glasses. Yes, some of them fall with the glasses and they get so discouraged and they don't want to try it again. Some other people are those that have been used to using bifocal lens. That's the one that has lines separating the glasses into two portions. So they are used to it. Either they are looking up or down, and now all of a sudden they were handed over varilux lens and they were not properly coached on how to use it. Some, they were actually coached on how to use it, but because they have been used to using bifocal, so they cannot really like open their mind to learn a new way of wearing this very type of lens, and that is why they find it difficult navigating when they are wearing this glass. And other people again is because of maybe they just don't, they can't just take it. For instance, freshers that have been used to using their own eye and all of a sudden they are now being handed a glass, they find it very, very difficult to use it. So on today's episode, I just want to teach us how to wear varifocal lens. Now, like I said earlier, Bifocal lens, please, I'm sorry I'm using paper, but that's just to enable me to drive home my message very well, okay? So for bifocal, this is bifocal, okay? You find out that the bifocal has a line dividing the lens into two portions. These are basically what almost everybody will wear, okay? And it's very, very easy because it's either you're looking at the upper section or you're looking at the lower section. And you know that the upper section is meant for the distant task, while the lower section is meant for the near task. So majority of people like this one because it's very, very easy for them. They just look either up and down and they're on their way. But that of varifocal lens is like, is divided into three portions, okay? We have the distance, the intermediate, and near, and these are the ones people find it very, very difficult to use. So what I'm to teach you now is how to use it. Now tell yourself that the glass once is varifocal and there is no line dividing them, because that's how very progressive lens is. There is no line dividing them. So what I want you to know is that when you are walking, just number one, feel normal. Feel as if you're not wearing anything. Don't make it look as if you're carrying one heavy gadget on your arm. It's not meant to be so. Because once your mindset is already tailored in that fashion, you will find it difficult to move around with the glass. Just feel free. Number two is when you are walking, make sure that your eye is on the upper section. Just make sure your eye is on the upper section. Divide the glass on your own into three and make sure that your eye is on the upper section. You will find out that at that upper section the power there is a little bit lesser compared to the intermediate section and the near section. So that's where your eye should be when you are walking. Then another thing is, let's say you are climbing the staircase, either climbing up or you are coming down. When you want to move, what you do is you bend down. As you're climbing the staircase, you bend down. The eye is done in such a way that as soon as you bend down, your eyeball rolls up. And if your eyeball rolls up, where it's going to is where the upper section is. So you find out that you'll be able to see the floor and whatever it is very clearly. And if you want to pick something from the ground, the same thing, bend down, bend away from your body, bend like this, bend away from your body, and you find out that your eyeball will roll to the upper section and you pick up whatever it is that you want to pick. Now, if you are climbing down the staircase and you are looking like this and you are climbing down the staircase, you will find out that your eye is now on the reading portion. And remember that the reading portion is the magnifying portion. It is meant to magnify the tiny characters in such a way that they are very eligible for you to read. So when you are looking through that, what it means is that the ground is going to be magnified. And how do you know a magnified ground? You find out that the floor will not be looking much closer than normal. It will be looking so big. So, and that's why you see some people, they want to match. They didn't know that the floor is somewhere here and they are matching here because the floor is now looking raised because they are looking at the magnifying portion, and then they will match here, not knowing there is still a lot more to go down. And that's before they match like this, they see them coming down this way, and that's how they fall down. And that is why most people fall because of the glass they were giving to. Imagine giving a hypertensive patient or a diabetic patient a glass and the person doesn't know how to use it and the person falls. It can be very, very detrimental. So that is how it is being used. So if you must use your varilux lens, so long as it's a varifocal lens, sorry, I'm interchanging all these things. If I'm talking about varilux lens or varifocal lens or progressive lens, I'm talking about the same thing, okay? So if you're using your progressive lens, make sure you understand how it works before you start using it so that you don't fall. Okay, so I would like you to ask me more questions regarding progressive lenses and I will tell you more about it. So if this sounds like what you like and you want to learn more about your eye health, or you have questions regarding one eye issue or the other, this is the right place. Bring them here. I would love to answer as many questions as possible that you bring. Until next time, bye.